Okay, I had to make sure it was on. So, hello, YouTubers. I'm Misha, of course. Welcome to my channel. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe, hit the like button, click the notification bell, whatever. So I just got out of the shower. I just got back from home. I'm at my dorm now, and I have a story for you. So on the 10th of this month, on December 10th, 2016, um, I I could have died. I was in a situation where I actually could have died. So that's what I want to tell you. So I'm at the light or whatever, at an intersection, and the light turns green, and normally my mom, like, she always like gets on me or whatever, because when the light usually when the light turns green, I just go. I don't really pay attention to like the other side, the people that's perpendicular to me. I kind of just go. But this night I actually listened to my mom for the first time in forever, and so I waited. When I got out into the intersection, a drunk driver, he hit me like right on my passenger side. Like, it was like, I don't know, you know how like normal car crashes or whatever, there's usually a skid, because like someone's like slams on the brake and then you hear the impact. There was no skid whatsoever. I like kept going on my gas so that I could like get out the man's way. That didn't work. So and then the impact was so great. It was so big that my car flipped over. Now I'm gonna tell you, I had a 1998 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo, 4.0, 6-cylinder, whatever. And dude man hit me with a 2016 Toyota Corolla, and my car flipped over. So he had to be going 30 miles over the speed limit. The speed limit out where we were is like 35 miles per hour. And for him to flip over my car, he had to be speeding. There's no way around that. Excuse me. So this is what I saw. This is great. So I'm driving, blah, blah, blah. I get into the intersection and I check. I look to the right and I'm like, I see headlights. They don't look like they're slowing down. So I'm like, oh shit. It's about to happen. Like it's I say it's about to happen because the day before, me and my best friend were in my car. We were at the same intersection, and the light turned green. I didn't wait. I went, but the way that it happened, I was able to slam on my brakes. I wasn't too far out into the intersection where there was nothing for me to do. I was like right out there, and then I slammed on my brake, and then the other person, he continued to go, and I continued to go straight. Damn, I forgot where I was. But yeah, so that happened. So I'm driving, blah blah blah. Look to my right, I see headlights. I'm like, oh shit, it's about to happen. So I feel as though my body prepared for it. I don't know. But so he hits me, and like there was this building that's like, if I'm going this way, then the building's like, it's perpendicular to me. It's basically on his right side, and it's it'll end up being on my right side if I had continued to go straight. So I see the building, and the building goes, meaning I'm going to go flip over. And so about halfway through, like when I saw the building like this, and I was like this, I blacked out. I couldn't see anything. I didn't hear anything. I snapped back to reality, or whatever the case may be, when I was already upside down. Me being myself, I play a whole lot of video games, one of which is GTA. So, and everyone knows that when a car flips over in GTA, that shit's gonna blow up. That shit sets on fire and it's blowing up. And I've never been in a car upside down before. I hope none of you have ever been in a car upside down. So when my shit flips over, I'm like, oh, bitch, you gotta get out. This shit's about to blow. And so, I like undo my seatbelt. Mind you, the driver window broke, and so I like somehow I pull myself out of the car. My right leg gets stuck under the steering wheel, but I'm like, no, bitch, you gotta go. Like you can't die by fire. Sorry, that's not happening. You're not gonna die by fire. Not today, at least. Anyway, God forbid. But I don't know how I'm gonna die. I'm not. So don't ask me how you're gonna die. But I pull myself out of my window, and then I don't feel any of the pain that I'm feeling now. I kind of just like, it's kind of like a shock thing, so I don't feel anything. And so a lady who's like pulling up to the light, she sees my car upside down. She's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I want to fight. Like, I want to fight. Like, I was so tight. This is a Friday night. Well, Saturday morning, really, because it happened at like 1 a.m. And I have to work on Saturday. I had to work on Sunday. I'm pretty sure my other job scheduled me for all last week because today's Friday now. And so, yeah, they stopping the money. Like, listen, that's not all right with me. Like, I'm a workaholic. Like, I can't do this. Like, I can't. So I was just like, yo, I want to fight. Like, I'm so mad. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to be getting to work now? Because, mind you, I live in East Orange, and I work in East Windsor, and I work in Lawrenceville. That's a whole hour drive. And I wasn't taking the train, girl. Bah. So she's like calling the cops or whatever, and then I'm like, the anger subsides, and I start crying, and so I call my best friend, the one who was actually in the car with me the day before this happened, and he says that I sounded like Courage the Cowardly Dog. Like how Courage is like, you have to hear him do it. But I was hysterically crying on the phone and whatever. I told him that like my car was flipped over, blah blah blah. Oh, you're probably wondering where I was going. I was going to pick up my sister from work because she called me because her other ride wasn't reliable. And so, she's like, are you close? And I'm like, bitch, I just got into an accident. She says that she didn't believe me at first, and then, like, she called. I didn't answer because I was already on the phone. And so, when she called again, because I was off the phone, I answered, and she heard, like, my voice or whatever, and she's like, oh, shit. And she wasn't playing. So, that happens, and then all the police, they just from like every angle, and I'm just looking, like I'm sitting on the ground, and I'm like looking, and I'm like, that's my car. My car is upside down. It's funny now because I'm alive and I'm not living that life anymore, but I was like in such shock. I was just like, yo, that's really my car. I got out of that car. I was in that car upside down. And so there's like 100, well, not 100 cops, like I'm exaggerating, but there was like 2 or 3 cops. They just asked me the same fucking questions. What happened? Where were you going? Can I see your license? Where do you live? And I was just like, bro, can't y'all just ask the other cop? Like, I'm tired of answering this fucking question. So then he's like, one of the cops, they asked me, oh, because I'm sitting on the ground. He's like, do you want to sit in the cop car? And because it's like the heat's on. I'm like, I don't really care. I guess, sure, whatever. So he takes me to the car. I'm thinking it's about to be like plush seats. Like I'm used to my cloth seats. Them seats are hard as fuck. Don't ever get locked. That's not okay. Like I wasn't arrested, but that shit was hard as fuck. Like, don't ever get locked up. Like your ass will hurt. Oh, sorry. We gotta bring it back a little bit. So after the people hit me, what did they do? Oh, the passenger whose car it was, she gets out of the car. She looks at the front of her car and she goes, "Oh my god!" And I'm just like, "Bitch, you could still drive. I can't drive my shit no more. That shit's fucking totaled, and you worried about an impact that you caused." Like, what I don't understand is what were you thinking? How do you let your drunk boyfriend drive your car and get mad when he crashed? Now, I'm not for drunk driving. Cause like I said, I wanted to fight, and I didn't want to fight her. I wanted to fight him. And I was like, "Bitch, you're dumb. You're dumb. That's it. So if you're watching this, bitch, you're dumb." My lawyer was probably gonna tell me to take this down, but whatever. Okay, so like, I get in the ambulance. The ambulance is like, "Which hospital do you want to go to?" I'm like, "Okay, the one that's closest to my house, one. The one that's in the city." But no. Like, the person who was assessing me in the ambulance, he's like, "Oh yeah, it'd be better to go to the one that's like in that city, in East Orange. Because that's where it happened." The dumb ass driver, I don't know if like people who drive ambulances, they get paid more to drive a little extra miles or whatever. Because they calculated like, he like pressed the button, it was like at 00 whatever the fuck number it was, and then when we get to the hospital, he's like, "Oh, it's at whatever number it was." And so I don't know if they get paid more by mileage or whatever, but this dickhead, he goes, "It'd be better if we go to the other one." No, it's not. Because if I gotta walk home, bitch, that's a walk. That's a whole walk. And you know what? I walked home from the hospital. That was a city over. I live in East Orange. He took me to the hospital in Newark. Luckily, I live right off of like Central Ave, so like the other hospital's not that far. But I was just like, "Bro, you're not working in my favor." It just seemed like the whole world was against me. Like, "Attack Misha on December 10th day." I don't fucking know. So I'm in the hospital and I'm walking. I'm like traumatized. I'm just walking. And the dude man who was assessing me in the ambulance goes, "Don't walk in the blood." I'm like, "Bitch, I'm bleeding." What? I thought it was me. It wasn't me though. And so I had to like step aside because there was blood on the ground. I'm in the hospital. I'm waiting for like an hour, bro. A whole hour. Mind you, I came in at the emergency room. They didn't have enough beds. So all the people who was with me, like, who came in around the same time as me, they had to go wait in the waiting room. All the people who entered through the emergency room went to the waiting room. What sense does that make? I don't know. I don't work at a hospital, so that's not my calling. Finally they send me to trauma, they all ask me the same fucking questions the cops did. I'm like, oh, dude hit me, blah blah blah, car flipped over, whatever. Same fucking story, same shit. And they're like, where does it hurt? It hurts in my left arm, it hurts in my right leg, my neck and my back hurts. Like, what? Same shit. So then they x-ray me and then sent me to a bigger x-ray room. All of which took like 3 hours. Like, okay, accident happened at 1. Got to the hospital at like maybe 2 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock, something like that. I'm sitting in the waiting room for an hour, so that's 3 o'clock now. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, all that shit took like 3 hours. I fell asleep in the hospital. The nurse lady, she woke me up. She's like, Misha, tapped me and shit. I'm like, huh? I always wake up so ugly, but she woke me up and she's like, okay, well, I just need to do something, and then you can go. I said, okay. I left. I got home. I walked up the stairs. I went to my mother's room and I like tried to lay in her bed. I low-key tried to do some dramatic shit. Like, I deadass had to cry. Like, I didn't make myself cry, but I just wanted to lay there in her bed and cry. But this motherfucker, she sleeps so light. The moment I get on the bed, she wakes up. She's like this. She's like, Misha, what's wrong? That's so funny. I'm like, bitch, come on, move. Like, you're in the way. Like, I just want to lay here and cry. But that happened. I got released from the hospital at like 6:45ish. I got home like 7:15, and that was it. Yeah, so that's my story of how I could have died. It was crazy shit. I also wrote something when I was in the hospital, so I don't know if it's in my notes. I think it's on my laptop, so I'll read it to you really quickly because it's not in my notes. I know that. Because my goddamn phone's up. Oh no, it's in my notes. Look at me. But yeah, my phone was dying and shit. Because I have, like, my battery's so stupid. Like, I legit had to keep it plugged in or it won't work. But here's my little piece. Around 1 a.m. is when I gained a new pair of eyes. The most silent impact I had ever witnessed, and she doesn't have the slightest clue. Soundly asleep in her bed, and no one dares to wake her to inform her that her daughter had seen the world from a new perspective. But let's not forget that she had already died. It's ironic how a taste of death could make me feel so alive. So I wrote that in the hospital when I was waiting in the goddamn waiting room for that 1 hour. But, yeah, that's the end of my story. Like, just a message to, to all of the people out there the alcoholics, alright? Take a motherfucking Uber, catch a cab, sleep at the goddamn bar, the party, the kickback, whatever function you were at, stay there. Don't try to drive a vehicle. I will fuck you up. I will find you and I will kill you on some fucking taking shit because, dude, man, almost took my life. Like, I could have died. And my mom says that it's like thanks to my car that I didn't die, because if I had driven an ordinary, like, regular car, that shit would have been the end of me, basically. Leave some comments below about, like, a time that hopefully that you, like, maybe you got into a car accident, hopefully not, but if you did, leave a comment about that. Leave a comment about how you feel about drunk drivers. Leave a comment about leave a PSA announcement to all the drunk drivers out there, whatever the case may be. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell shit for notifications. I don't post that often, but if y'all Sorry, I was about to call y'all. If y'all want to see some more videos, I'll find something crazy for me to do so that y'all can watch it or whatever. But stay off the road at like in the early morning hours, because that's when all the drunk people are like outside doing wacky shit. Yeah, just be safe out there. My mom always says, like, those cars are death traps. So be careful in your death trap, people, for real. It's real out here, alright? Stay lifted. Continue to be a queen or a king as you are. And yes, I'll see you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that shit. And I'll see you in the next video.